Bola Ahmed Tinubu is using Nnamdi Kanu to play the political chess, and all these are related. Know this as a...
I love the fact that this man came out to expose every single thing that's happened or that's happening in this country now between Igbo land and then the Nigerian government. And I think I'd like guys to watch the video to the end. It's an interesting video. And then at the end of this video, you also watch a video of Nnamdi Kanu where he explained also the origin of this problem we have in Nigeria now. I'll watch the video, guys, and then I'll see you guys in a minute.
Gas pipeline from Nigeria to Europe is nearing completion. The critical part is to connect it to Ala Igbo, specifically Imo State, that has about the biggest gas deposits in the world. Buhari signed the gas away as collateral for loan and used the money partly to develop other parts of Nigeria and partly to fund Fulani herds to prepare them for full-scale invasion and take over of Nigeria, without investing any of the money in Igbo land where the gas is. To connect the pipeline to the primary source in Igbo land and continue to cheat them of their resource is not going to be easy. So the plan is to destabilize the region. It's been long in the making. This is an agreement with major Western powers. The first phase, flooding the region with killer herdsmen and killing young men of the region by mercenaries of one bloated militant, have had limited success. The second phase has just been tested, flooding the region with herdsmen in the guise and in the midst of IDP. Very soon, the Igbo will be painted in orchestrated write-ups all over the world as people unwelcoming to refugees and IDP. There will then be a massacre of IDP by the same planners, and it will be blamed on the Igbo, paving the way for full-scale military invasion. The refusal to release Nnamdi Kanu is part of it, and if he is released, he would be assassinated, either by the gun, to be blamed on rival pro-Biafran groups, or by the slow poison they have been administering on him. Both Britain and the US are part of this plan, and they are not ready to let up. It all boils down to the resource called gas. They must have it by all means, as an alternative to the Russian gas that has become a problem to them. They know that the Igbo are no pushover, hence the systematic weakening of Igbo cohesion and the grand plan. For such a plan to succeed, a high-level insider is needed. That is where a Southeast governor is playing his inglorious part. Hope Uzodimma is judicially imposed on his state, and he knows that once his term finishes, he cannot step foot into his state, even into his village where he has massacred several people. This governor is the one facilitating everything. He paved the way for Buhari to start the plan, and he has continued with the present federal government. He will be rewarded with a relocation to the UK or to any other European city of his choice. And Bola Ahmed Tinubu. This is the most strategic politician to come out of Nigeria. He is positioning the Yoruba. Once the war starts in the southeast, the north will depend on him and his people for the continuation of any semblance of Nigeria. The north needs an outlet to the sea. They need Nigeria, in whatever form. Whether Nigeria survives in any form or not, the Yoruba would be strengthened by taking over the spaces both in the literal and other sense vacated by the Igbo. This is what the Yoruba did in the First War. Now the stakes are higher, the price is huger, and the eyes are more opened. Bola Ahmed Tinubu is using Nnamdi Kanu to play the political chess, and all these are related. Know this as a given.
That is why they're paying Facebook billions upon billions of US dollars to stop this truth from coming out. Did Ojukwu cause any war? Gowon is alive, go and ask him. Did Ojukwu cause any war? Ojukwu went and negotiated restructuring with you in Aburi. You came back, Britain told you not to agree because Britain realized that all the component units of Britain knows that if you go back to regionalism, you will have economic growth. The country will do very well. But Britain doesn't want it. That was why they even instigated the Nzogwu coup, so-called Nzogwu coup, saying they will bring Awolowo to become the head of state. They knew what was going to happen. They wanted to truncate the economic miracle of Dr. Michael. But what I'm telling you are fast. Go and investigate for yourself. In the East, you had the fastest growing economy in the whole world, over 40% every year. In the West, Awolowo was performing his own miracle as well. Even in the North, Ahmadu Bello and Tafawa Balewa were doing very well. You had all those massive industries in the north. You even had alamajiris that were employed in the north, meaningfully employed, gainfully employed. They were all doing very well. Britain said, no, for us to control these people, we need to impoverish them. Let us introduce this war. There was a coup by Nzogwu. And after that, there was the massacre of, as usual, massacre of our people in the north. Ojukwu said, I have to secure my land and my people. They said, no, let's go to Aburi to discuss it. Ojukwu went to Aburi and agreed restructuring. That's something now you're asking for. To tell you how foolish Nigerians are. They're very foolish. That same nonsense you're asking for now was discussed many years ago. Ojukwu sat down in Aburi with Gowon and decided that regionalism was the best way forward. Restructuring, going back to who you were, 1963 Constitution, 1963 Constitution. Be on your own and pay tax to the central government, as they have in America, as they have even in Britain. Britain, you have Scotland that is almost independent. Wales, the same thing. Everybody is free. But Britain doesn't want the same thing they're enjoying to happen in Nigeria. Why? Ask yourself that question. Anybody telling you about one Nigeria is your enemy. I'll prove it to you now. Ojukwu negotiated devolution, regionalism. The North will be on their own, the West on their own, even Midwest on their own, and then the East on their own. It's the same one Nigeria. On their way to the airport, before they boarded the aircraft, a call came from Lagos, from the British High Commissioner in Lagos, to Gowon, telling Gowon not to agree, after having signed the agreement. That same Gowon you're looking at today, God kept me alive so that he can witness the destruction he will bring upon that very zoo called Nigeria. Gowon said no. Do you know all the journalists in Nigeria, none of them have ever gone to Gowon to ask him, why did he say no to Aburi? Aburi was restructuring. None of those agitating for restructuring right now has ever gone to Gowon or gone to Nigeria to say, but Ojukwu negotiated restructuring. What happened? They came back and they said no. Ojukwu said, okay, so you want to continue to kill my people all over the place? No. Because of that, I'll declare Biafra. Today, they have brainwashed all of you with the perverse notion and thinking that somehow Ojukwu is responsible for causing a war, when opposite is the case. If not now, that after many years of hammering on this very topic, it has now sunk into the skull of the people that Gowon was the aggressor, not Ojukwu. That's how Nigeria is, always blaming the victim. And we lost over 5 million people during that very genocidal war. They killed over 5 million Biafrans. They wanted to wipe us away from the face of this very earth. But we survived it, and we are here today. Those they gave birth to, they have come. And this time with a wrath that you cannot even begin to imagine. And Biafra must come. It must come.
I love the fact that that first video you watched, the man explained everything, that this is the reasons why the government wants to bring down IDPs, so that when they bring the IDPs down to Southeast, them themselves will attack the IDPs and then put the blames on the Igbos. These are their plans. Their plans are, there's nothing that can be hidden for long in this life. Anything you plan on doing must be revealed. They must be exposed. These are the plans of the government. They want to bring down the IDPs, and who on its normal sense in Igbo land will agree to that terms. But Hope Uzodinma agree, which means that Hope Uzodinma have also been in the plan in the time of Buhari, which they promised him that once the plan, they've done everything, that they can locate him to UK to live with his family there. Because he knows that once he's done with his tenure as the governor of Igbo State, he has nothing to do in Igbo land, because they will go for him. Hope Uzodinma have caused more harm than good in this eastern region. Hope Uzodinma have destroyed so many lives, have caused so many destruction of properties, have caused so many harms in the southeast, and he knows himself that once he's done as the governor of Imo State, he has nothing to do in Nigeria. He should just leave, because people are now angry. He have caused more harm than good in Imo State. Can you imagine agreeing for the government to bring down the IDP camp in the southeast, in Imo State, in a local government that is still trying to survive? Ehime. That's where he agreed to that. And thank God for the youth that came out and stood for the masses, because if you keep quiet in this country, the government will make use of it. The government will turn you, they make your life so miserable. Could you imagine if they agreed everything, then they brought down the Boko Haram members into the Southeast? One, it will increase terrorism in the Southeast. Two, the government might buy or destroy those people that they brought in and then put the blame on the IPOBs, on the Biafras, on the Igbos, thereby making Igbos the enemy of the country. That the Igbo don't want the progress of the nation. That is what they be telling us. Take the NSAS protest that happened, where they say that that Igbos are the initiative of the protest. That's even the reason why the Igbo did not participate in that August protest, because everything at the end will be termed that the Igbos are the cause of it. Whereas we saw the NSAS was Yorubas that were initiated, because the SARS was brutal in the north, Lagos, Abuja, SARS was everywhere. So the Igbos joined them, and then at the end they turned that the Igbos were the people that caused the protest. And again, during the August protest, the Igbos did not join, and they said the Igbos are enjoying because it's from the Igbos. Different mindsets. And I think people are not hungry enough to realize that we don't need tribalism in this country. We need regional government, because I don't think Nigeria is working anymore. I don't think it's working. But I think I like guys, all of you about that video, vote in the comment section, and then I'll see you guys in my next video. Don't forget to subscribe if you're new here, like and share.